Hey there, welcome to another crafting session, and I hope some of you can join in. I was hoping to give you a little glimpse of my grandkids, and the oldest one, he is loving the snow, so first snowfall of the season, so he's out tromping around. There's new tracks outside with Grandpa everywhere that they've been, so I know that he's been all over our yard. It's cute to see the little boot prints of his. And little Mackenzie is sleeping away, and I was going to give you a camera view of her and have her right on my workstation, but I'm like, well, as soon as I start talking, it's gonna wake her up, and she loves her nap time. She loves her nap time more than anything, so I'm just gonna keep her happy and on schedule. So while she snoozes away, I thought, well, this is a perfect time to bring you the video before she wakes up. Hey, Linda. Hi, Lois. Thanks for joining in. So, looks like I'm ready to go here. So today, I'm really excited about the card. I actually had a little tougher time falling asleep because I had this idea in my head of what I wanted to do, and actually a couple different ways to do it. So I thought, I'm gonna bring you one winter way, showing a winter card kind of with this layout, and then maybe later this week show you a fall layout with a similar design, if I can make it all happen later on this week. But I'm really excited. I'm not super excited about today's snow, but I thought, oh, let's do a Christmas card, something with some falling snow, and embrace it. If we have it, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm making the most of that. Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining in. It's good to see you here live. Okay, so in case you haven't figured out the theme of the month, I'm using papers that are on the 15% sale this month. And okay, here it is. On page number 1 at the bottom here, it is Trimming the Town Designer Series paper. And I haven't used it as much as I wanted to because number 1, not everybody goes crazy about Christmas cards like I might. And another thing is, who wants to rush the Christmas season? Not too many people, but yet a lot of people really like to get a head start on the Christmas card. So maybe I can give you some inspiration for that too. Hi, Pam. And another thing, this is my favorite paper. So I feel like I've just been like hanging on to it because I feel like if I start making cards, like there'll be no end to it, and I'll need to order about 10 more packs of the stuff because it's such cute paper. So here is today's card. Da, 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 da. So, and I will turn it around here because I think we're ready. It's card number 2 for Kathy Hunter's virtual stamp party. So I'll get the camera moved around. Alrighty. So fun, cute stuff in this suite here. Let me get my iPad there so you guys can chat away with me if you want. And I will say on my sample here, my paper got a little crooked, so my house looks a little crooked. So my goal is to make a better card for you guys than what I have here in my hand. So hopefully I can make a little bit of an adjustment and it'll get better. But a lot of it is done just with the paper, not a lot of stamping. So the stamping doesn't happen till the inside. If you like to follow along, this is where I am coming from, the holiday catalog starting on page 24. So you can see the Trimming the Town suite and lots of cute samples and ideas, and I love everything about it. I love the paper, I love the cute little embellishments, I love the dies, I love the ribbon, and I love the stamp set. And believe it or not, we're using the dies today, and I'll show you those in a little bit. And believe it or not, I'm not even using the stamp set, even though I love that and I love coloring it with the blends. So that is where that's coming from. And you can see all these super cute papers. So I already have an idea to use something like this probably for Stamp Camp later. And then I just love all these people bundled up for the holidays. It kind of reminds me of the Coca-Cola commercials. I'd like to teach the world to sing. I don't know why it makes me think about that. And like, how fun is this big paper? If you love to scrapbook, it's a fun 12 by 12 layout. I'm using today this fun stuff, and which is snowflakes, in case you can't see it. There we go. And I'm going to show you how to make the most of this. unless you want to use the wreaths on the back side, which there is a die for all these fun little wreaths. So if you want to decorate something for Christmas with wreaths, you just can die cut it versus making your own too that way. Hello, Lisa. Hi, Barb. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to set that paper aside there. And oh yeah, so like I said, here's the stamp set that I'm not using today. That's part of the bundle. Super cute. I love the bold images for coloring. It actually just looks like you just should sit down and color with it. But the only stamp that I'm using is later on in the inside, so I'm pulling that from the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set, which is one of my favorite stamp sets for the Christmas season. Okay, so in case people are just joining in, here again is my card. And so just a lot of die cutting in a fun way. Let me think how I want to start my card. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the fun little winter scene. And so the dies that do that are I guess I don't need my cutting pad here, the home together dies. So what's fun about the home together dies is they have just a simple little, actually I'll show you the one I'm not using first, a simple little, if you can see it here, if you want to kind of do a sloping for like a lawn or a snowdrift or something, this just cuts at that kind of fun little swoopy angle. Lots of house dies, tree die, car die. I have a house die and a tree die with me. And I thought about doing something with pumpkins and gourds with these cute little houses and make them look like bird houses too. So who knows, that might show up yet because it's technically fall even though it's snowing. Okay. So what I like about this to make a winter scene is that I'm going to use it as a layer of my card going across the card base, but the next layer. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So when you use this, you can choose if you want this to be on your card because that fits on and then it cuts off before this. And if you want those to be on your card, that cuts off before these. So if you have a longer card, you can kind of sneak both on there that way too and put something in the middle. So it's just perfectly engineered for us. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to start by using that, and I just want the 2 trees. So yeah, so I have to think how I want to lay my paper. Okay, so I'm just going to put the 2 trees off to the side here before those 3 trees get on there. And I'm just going to run that through like so. And then with all the pretty paper, there is houses. Whoops, let me show you this first. So that literally just cuts apart. So now we have this fun little winter snowdrift and treescape. And then that negative image you might see later. So we're going to set that aside. Okay, so now before I get ahead of myself, the pretty papers, I used some larger houses and bigger trees earlier on a project. And so I had all these pieces that I just kind of cut carefully aside, laid them on my to be used later pile, knowing that I was anxious to use them. Do you ever have to be used piles that you never get to? I wasn't too afraid of these because they're so super cute. So there's a die for the cute house. And what I love is the little houses are all kind of colored a little differently, but they all fit in this die, or if they don't fit in that die, they fit in a different die. And then the trees have a couple different size trees too. So I'm just gonna lay those on there and cut those out too. Okay. Those pop out super easy. So there's the house, and here is the cute little tree. So that's all done. And you could also too. Okay, so there is that. And I think I'm going to start layering that on just because I can. So I'm going to take my tape here and just run a couple lines of that like so. And then I'm going to put that right across the bottom of my card like this. Okay, and it looks like there's just a little bit of an edge sticking off. So I'm going to cut that like so. Okay, and then this is ready. I'm not using any ribbon, so I can tack that down. That always kind of trumps all. If I have ribbon, I always have to stop and go, okay, we need to get that ribbon on before anything happens. And so this is already ready to go. And what a fun looking card already. Isn't that just cute? With the Snowflake Designer Series paper on there. I shouldn't call it Snowflake Designer Series paper because there is some that is called that, trimming the town with the snowflakes on there and just those little trees. So my focal point is going to be a couple of the stitch nested label dies. Right here, stitch nested label dies, and we have a whole grouping of these cutie patooties, and I'm just using a couple different sizes here that are going to kind of nest and pop up from each other. So the first one, actually I can run them through at the same time. So I just want to make sure that I have enough space here for the big one. And then the small one, what I'm going to do is just take a piece of the Designer Series paper before I run it through. I'm going to tape this. Those are where the little houses come from too on the back side. I'm going to tape that down to my die so that it's already taped on there, stuck on there. And then also it's not going to move when it goes through. And then it's going to get both the shape and the stitching on there. So then that's going to go on there like so. Okay, so I'm ready for that. And I'm going to put that on like so. And this one on. I kind of want to make sure, like after my first one got a little crooked, I kind of want to make sure that it's sitting there pretty straight. I think it was more that I got the paper stuck on crooked more than running it through crooked. Okay. Alrighty, so then we have these two things. So, oh, Weston's in to see Grandma. Okay, so I have this size and this size. I'll let you say hi in a little bit, okay? All right, and so that's what we have there out of those two. So they kind of are going to nest for each other. So, all right, I'm gonna set that aside, and then it's just going to be some more assembly. So to do that, I'm just going to take my tape like so, and I'm going to put that here on my card. Like that. Hi, Patty. Thanks for popping in. Okay, and then this I want to boost up with some dimensionals. Oops, almost put that on the wrong one here. So I'm going to put about 4 dimensionals there. And that's going to get popped up here. So it's going to almost look like a little window peeking there like so. And then, oh, here they are. It's like, where'd my little house go? Okay, my tree, I'm just going to put some adhesive on. Oops, actually that's kind of small to try and get that. I think I'm just going to do a glue dot, and one will probably do it for that. And then for that, I'm just going to kind of have it go off the side a little bit to make it look like it has some dimension. And then I'm going to put a couple dimensionals here on my little house. So, like I said before, I had used some of the bigger houses up, but this little house is so cute. So I love seeing this come together. So how cute is that? And then for my little greeting, this is where I'm going to show you how fun this paper is. So this paper has like all sorts of different languages and Christmas season's greetings, Merry Christmas, peace, love, and joy, all of these different sayings that you can use for different times of the year, and not different times of the year, for the different sentiment you want to say. And so what I'm going to do is just take and put this in my trimmer and kind of carefully line up that tiny little strip here and trim it off. so that we have this little piece here, which is easy to do. And then with my scissor, I'm going to go, let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's do peace. Whoops, here we go. Peace, love, and joy. So that's a fun one. And just going to trim that off. So you could use different languages if you wanted to, or even a fun little Merry Christmas there, or even use these for the inside if you wanted to too. But I think that's so cute. Okay, so here's my little product highlight that I'm so excited about. We have products that sometimes I don't notice so much, but these are foam adhesive sheets, and I got some, and a lot of people had been using them for like the skinny tiny little alphabet letters, and then you can just run these through, like put your alphabet dies right on here, run them through, and they're already popped up, so it fits the exact same shape. How easy. But what I'm going to use it for is this Peace, Joy, and Love is so tiny and so narrow. Well, just like a week or two ago, I said, oh, don't you wish Stampin' Up! Just had a sheet of dimensionals that was just, you know, the sticky foam stuff? And it's like, duh, they do. So I'm just going to cut off a little chunk here of this sheet, because it's about I didn't measure it, I would guess like 4x4 square sheet, and it's just solid dimensional stickiness, popped upness, if that's a word, popped upness. So that I can just put right, I'm trying to do it through the camera here, and I'm getting both myself not on there and not on my little greeting here. So then I'll just pull that backing off, and that is ready to go, even though it's stuck to my tape. There we go. Okay. So now that's ready to go across the top like so. So it just kind of ties in with the fun colors that are already being used. I feel like it's a tad bit crooked. There we go. And so I love how that ties in. And all the fonts, I feel like, just because it's in the same sheet of paper, go so well together. So then I have to show you my couple step ups that I like to do for embellishments. And first I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and give it kind of a nice little gentle squeeze, not too much, because we all know that does not look good when you have a lot of Wink of Stella. It almost kind of turns it a coppery, yucky brown. Okay. And I'm going to put some on the trees there, and why not put a little bit on the tree here and maybe the windows here, so that we have a nice look of Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella never photographs very well, and so I don't even know if you can even see that it's on here on the card too, but I just kind of give it a nice little layer. The recipient will know it's there when they see this too. So, and then the other thing that I want to add are all the trimmings embellishments, and these are so cute. I've used these little stars to put on the trees, and these little red dots you can also use to decorate the front of the trees if you want, but I just thought that might be a little bit much on these tiny little trees for this, and I kind of just wanted to stick with the blue and pool party kind of theme there. But I want these little white ones to look like snowballs or snowflakes, and they're nice and thin, so you can kind of see that if you're mailing something like this for the holiday season, it's not going to be really hard to get that to go through the mail either. So I'm just going to take your pick tool here and just kind of put a snowflake there and a snowflake over here, and of course we have to kind of do threes. Oh, there. Okay, so oops, my tree. I didn't even put a glue dot. It didn't stick to it. How did the tree even stay on my card without the glue dot that I thought I'd put on there? Okay, re-glue dotting that. Okay. So we've got that for the completed front side. Yes, Dawn, aren't these little stitch framelits just cute? And this is the first time I've done something like this popped up. That's color on color, just kind of for a frame like that. And then for the inside, I didn't know if it'd look crazy quirky to reuse this, but yet I love how it does kind of follow through with the theme of the card like so. So I am going to do that. So now I'm opening up, now that the card's almost done, I'm opening up my Misty Moonlight ink pad. So this is the only stamping I'm pulling out at the very end. And so that just says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And like I said, that's not part of this bundle. It's from the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set that I love. And I love the font and style of that particular greeting. So I'm just going to make sure that I have it the right way here. And I'm just going to do that. And I kind of made sure I stamped it close to the top so that you still have room for your signature and everything too. Yeah, Pam, it is kind of just like whimsical and classy at the same time. And it just fits today's like cozy look and such of everything with the weather. So Weston, do you want to say hi before I sign off? He might be shy now. He's eating a popsicle. Whoops. Weston, do you want to say hi? Nope. Okay. All right. He was ready before, but I just wasn't ready for him, I think. So I should have popped him on before. Okay. So thanks so much for watching through that. A little bit more tedious just because there's more die cutting with that. But just one of those cards where if I were to do it at a stamp camp or an in-home party and had that be a make and take project or something, it would be one of those projects I always put that warning label on, like it might take a little bit more time, but it's worth it. So, and not that there's even much more time, it's just a few more die cuts and such, but so cute. And so like I said, I can't wait to, with the weather the way it is, just spend more time crafting in that too. So that was card number 2 for Kathy Hunter's virtual party. And so as a thank you, if you choose to order a minimum $25 order or more, then you get all the cards that I make through her virtual presentations as a thank you from her and I. So that'd be yesterday's card, today's card, and tomorrow's card, which you don't even know what it is yet. And she is thinking of keeping her party open until the end of this month, like October 29th. So that will give you some time to think through if you need something. And don't forget the awesome paper sale that's going on too. So I will be back with you guys tomorrow afternoon and we'll see what I can pull out of my bag of tricks for you guys. Thanks so much.